Welcome back to Winders Model Farms. We are three brothers with over 1,000 items in our farm toy collection. And if you'd like to see our collection, you can check out our channel. We just did a video on that recently at the beginning of 2025. But today we're going to be looking at this 1:64 scale Axial Flow AF11 Combine, and this is the Prestige edition. So we tend to prefer the Prestige collection over the standard play versions for the detail, and so that is what we got. We probably won't buy any of the standard play AF series combines. We do have the Farm Show edition of the AF11 on tracks, which we'll bring out here as we get into the video, just to kind of give you a little bit of a reference to kind of compare some things. But first of all, the box isn't anything special. Kind of see there, more of a toy looking box than what some of the Prestige come in a little fancier box, but not this one. Got a little bit of advertising on the back there, and then some stats on the side. I think this is the English side over here. So 775 engine horsepower. We've got 396 gallon fuel tank on it. Grain tank is 567 bushel with an unload rate of 6 bushels a second. So you can get unloaded in a hurry. So let's get this thing out of the box here. I'm going to pause this, pull it out. It is now out of the package here. So let's take a look. We'll just start off with this Draper head. It is going to be the same as the one that comes with your Farm Show toy if you do have the Farm Show AF11. But it's very well detailed. You can see here FD250 Case IH by MacDon. Nice cylinder details here with some paint. The reel looks really sharp. You can see the detail on the reel. This is a triple reel as well. And then on this side, we do get our slow moving vehicle triangle. Same decaling over here. And then, as you can see, the bottom here, some detail there. So this flex draper here is going to be 50 foot wide. You can see the wheels under here. Going across there, they move. Got some decaling back here. Got some detail here. This moves right there. You can see on the inside, you can see the belt. To me, the belt looks a little plasticky. I think they could have done a little better job, but it's not the worst. So yeah, that's going to be your Flex Draper FD250, 50 foot triple reel. So you can cover a lot of ground with that. Next, we've got our 16 row corn head. Look here on the side, Case IH. Case IH there on the back. You got your little reflector marker up here. You have this little side auger, I guess you'd call it, to keep the corn stalks in the head. Auger run across the front does turn, so that's a good detail. You can see the detail here on the snouts as well as down in there. Then white tips on all these. Case IH right there. Now, the one thing I do wish this had was a model number on the corn head, but it does not. Kind of see your shield up here. And they did not kind of leave us an opening. You see, most of these headers, they have it open, and this one, they just kind of didn't. In my opinion, this head looks a little cheap compared to some of the other heads we've gotten in the past. It's got some really good pieces on it, but then part of it, like no hole there, no model number, that's a little disappointing from Prestige. You do get the augers here, so at least they did that. And then the bottom, you've got some detail under here as well. So not the worst, but part of me wishes it was a little bit better. Now on to the main part, the machine itself. So this is the AF11 massive twin rotor machine, basically a CR11 So basically New Holland CR11 that they painted red. You can see here, very large combine. So first of all, the decaling, I think that's a Sharp decaling, AF11 with those stripes, Case IH axial flow, nice little accents and stuff on this. We got mirrors, lights out here, lights on the cab. Cab roof is Sharp. GPS, now I feel like they should have painted the GPS. It is just black plastic like the rest of this. I think it would look better if it was painted white or something. Inside the grain tank, you've got some pretty good detail going on down in there. See all this stuff on the grain tank hopper. It would be moving pieces and everything, so that's nicely done. Big old Case IH across the engine back here. I think that looks sharp. We do get some handrails back here as well. See where the fuel goes there, some detail on that engine. This would be like where the ladder is folded up right here. So that looks sharp. On the back, nice Case IH logo and your triangle there, as well as your lights in the rear. Then here we've kind of got our straw chute. Straw would come out. I think it'd look better if that piece was not there, but oh well. Then we've got down here our spreaders, spread the chaff. And then one thing they've done with these AF11s is they've loosely mounted the rear tires. And so if you kind of pull down on them, you can turn them so it almost simulates a steerable rear end here. I mean, it's not quite how a combine would steer, but it does have movement. So I think that's a good effort by them to add some detail to these. It's not perfect, but I do like it there. See the ladder sticking down here again. And some more detail underneath as you look at these things. We've got our cylinders here on the bottom of the feeder house. So that looks good. The mouth of the feeder house, not a ton of detail, but some. And then kind of the throat under here. Get a nice axial flow underneath the cab right there, as well as some lights. The interior of the cab looks sharp. You can see the seat has Case IH on it, and then your buddy seat there. You can see that there's supposed to be a window to the grain tank, but it doesn't go all the way through. I think that's a missed opportunity there. You kind of see they put it there in the back of the cab, but they didn't actually cut it out of your grain tank. You can kind of see that screen over there. It looks like they put a blue sticker on it to kind of look like it's on. And then kind of your controls sitting there on the armrest look pretty decent. The mirrors have a reflectiveness to them that looks very realistic. I think that is awesome. We do have flashers that are movable. So out here by the duals, that moves those flashers. And then our ladder moves over here. We got some detail on that. So pretty nice that the ladder moves, and we got all these handrails here, So that all looks nice. The auger is a massive auger, unload auger. As you can see how wide that thing is. And it does have a foldable auger, so it does fold in behind the machine. It's got a big O boot out here on the end. And then you get some detail of like what would be your hydraulic cylinders to fold this auger, as well as move this back and forth when you're unloading. Now this thing does come with duals, like I said, and these are big O duals, as you can see here. Huge tires, massive, pretty close together. Imagine they need big O tires for how heavy this machine is. And the rear tires are large as well. Now here's a comparison look to the AF11 Farm Show Edition. You can see these tracks versus the duals. And and see a little bit of difference in the machines. So one thing I want to point out here on the machine itself that is a difference in these toys is you can see right here above the tracks, kind of like a little plastic fender that hangs over. On the one with the duals, it's not quite so pronounced. See, it's kind of just stops there at the edge of the machine and doesn't really stick out, where the tracked machine really sticks out there. So that is one difference I did notice between these two units. And then another detail that I think is cool on the tracked machine that I kind of wish this one had is a fire extinguisher on the ladder. Now, the ladder on this does not fold, so we do give up that on this unit, the track unit. And you can see the ladder is all different, a lot shorter of a platform. The hand railings all run different. Now the one with the duals, longer platform, ladder folds in. The hand railing is different, as I said. So you can kind of see the difference there. And that's going to be, you know, having those duals, longer platform and everything. Tracked one is shorter, which I think is a great detail considering in the past some of the toys, they just throw the same ones on both, and some of the tracked combines we have, the ladder sticks way too far out and looks goofy. So I do really think that they did a good job on that as far as that goes. So, and then again on this side, the same thing with that, kind of like a fender, I'll call it. So other than that, I think these are pretty much going to be very similar the rest of the way out, other than obviously tracks, that piece, and the ladder as far as what I've looked over. But they are pretty nice pieces. This AF11 Prestige on duals is a good one to add to your collection if you don't have it. And just as a reference, if you want to see how big it is compared to like the, let's say 9250. Here's a 9250, so you can see quite a bit larger of a machine than the 9250, which was the previous largest combine before the AF11. And so quite a bit larger. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about on these ladders here. This ladder, just in my opinion, looks goofy. Hangs out way too far because they just use the same one as they did on the tire version of this unit. Same ladder, and it just sticks out way too far. So I am glad the Farm Show one does not have that. So that is the AF11 on duals. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you plan on picking this up or if you've already added it to your collection. The New Holland CR11s are coming out this year, so look forward to getting those. And once we get those, we'll put them on the channel and compare them to the red version. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one.